Yo, what's up guys? Jovi back with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Travis Scott type beat in FL Studio 12.
This is Jovi Music Production.
This video I'll show you a simple melody idea that I always follow, and I'll also show you how I structure my beats. And this is a simple beat that I've made a few minutes ago, and I'll make you listen to this beat. And before getting into the video, I wish you all a great and successful year ahead. And if you like what I make and if you like these tutorials, like and subscribe to my channel, and it motivates me a lot. And more awesome content is waiting for you. And with that being said, let's get started. Let's listen to the beat. And the piece goes like that. And this is a very simple beat, and it has a very simple melody and a very simple chord progression. So I'll show you how I make this beat. Let's start with a new project. For the sounds, mostly I've used Nexus, Electra 2, and as always Expand. So I'll insert Nexus. And for the melody part, I've used a stock preset that is called Piano Arena Ambience. It has a very nice ambient sound, and I'm gonna reduce the reverb level mix. And for the next sound, I'll replace it with another instance of Nexus. And this time also I'm going to use the stock piano preset, and I'll use Nexus Grand Piano Soft because this sound is velocity sensitive. And for the next sound, I'll use Electra. And under Electra, I'll be using keys and grand piano. It has a kind of crushed and distorted sound, and I like that. And last but not the least, I'll open up Expand. Under Expand, I'm going to use a soft pad. Let's open up soft pads, and under soft pads, I'm going to use string voice. I wonder where it is. Here it is. And I'm going to EQ the sound. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's save it as Travis Scott type beat. And for the drums part, I've already extracted zip file for the previous beat. This is the 808 that I'm going to be using, and a kick. This is the kick, and snares. This is the hi-hat and open hi-hats, percussion, and finally a ride. Let's close the browser and let's rename everything. This is the kick, and that's snare 1, this snare 2, and this is the hi-hat, and this is open hat. That's not whole, really. Open hat, percussion, and finally right. Let's speed it up everything, and I'm gonna check detect the pitch regions of this 808. It's in the note A. Now it's roughly tuned to A, and let's do it later. And I don't like the excuse me, this end, and I'm gonna normalize it, trimmed up, normalize it. And for the second snare also I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna trim the sound, normalize it. Hi-hat remains the same. Open hat, I'm gonna increase the whole parameter of this open hi-hat, and the ride remains the same. So let's start off with the melody. I'll go ahead into the piano roll. Let's start off with G. Let's make sure it's in step. Snap to grid is in step. So if you see, I've used half steps a lot. So let's decrease the tempo to 132 BPM. I'm gonna slow down it with the gross beat, but I'll show you what melody sounds like before slowing down. And I'm gonna copy this to the rest of the parts, and at the end I'm gonna switch up the melody like this. I'll start off with G and A sharp, and then A and D7. This is the melody. Now what I'm gonna do is just select everything, and by clicking Alt, you can see here, if I click Control Shift and Alt, you can see it here. By clicking Alt, I'm gonna speed it up, because let's mark everything and send it to mixer. If I open up gross beat, excuse me, my throat is not well. Let's use half speed preset from the gross beat. It is going to play the first four notes of this. So what I'm going to do is just extend this to the rest of the beat, like this. Now I'm gonna select all, and just holding shift, I'm gonna extend this to the 8 bars. And if you closely listen, there's a clicky sound, and that's from the gross beat. it's picking up a lot of low end from the sound. So what I'm going to do is just use the preset 20 kilohertz to 80 18 kilohertz, 20 hertz to 18 kilohertz cut. And if you see, there is a lot of low end, and that is causing the click sound. And I'm going to remove some of the bass and low bass right here. And after gross breed is applied, I'm gonna highly reduce the low ends and also the high end. So if you there's a clicky noise, and after equalizing it, there's no clicky noise. And for the next sound, and I'm gonna lay down a simple chord progression which is really dark sounding. I'll start off with the D sharp. So what I'm going to do is just mark all these bass notes, and by holding Alt, I'm going to scroll down in my mouse to reduce the velocity of these. And also I'm going to mark the top melody, and by holding Alt, I'm going to reduce the velocity. And I'm going to make it more humanized by holding Control S or Alt S, sorry, Alt S to bring up this strumizer window. And I like this. And mark everything and reduce the volume. And if I solo this thing, it's really smooth, right? And I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it to the Electro X, and I'm gonna use the same preset as, and use the same half speed preset to the Electro X also. For time being, I'm gonna mute this because it's taking up a lot of memory. And for this string pad, I'm gonna Control C and Control V. So now let's start off with for everything just cut by itself, just to avoid the overlapping of the sound. And let's go ahead and insert the snares. I'm gonna select like this and hold Control B. And I'm gonna copy this snare pattern to the next snare just to layer things, and I'm gonna remove all these sounds. So now let's start off with the 808. Sorry, this video is going to be long because I have to explain everything from the beginning. So now I'll start off with the 808. Let's start with the higher note so we can hear things clearly, and I'll lower the and at the end I'll go dun, and for the next also I'll copy and I'll change some of the notes then and there. I'll go up so let's lower everything to another let's lower the volume, and to spice it up what I'm gonna do is just insert a fruity parametric EQ2. And one of the great ways to spice up 808 is using a wave shaper. I find it it's really great. It really crank up the 808. Let's reduce the volume. And let's also introduce a fruity fast distortion. Let's use the heat preset and reduce it, and let's go ahead and increase the whole parameter. Let's normalize it. Let's introduce fruity parameter EQ2 and cut the buzziness from the sound. And what I'm gonna do is just and I'm gonna follow the 808 pattern for the kick also. I'll go ahead and copy this to the next. So now let's EQ the kick also on the go. Let's listen it in solo. So one of the great ways to EQ kick is just increase the frequencies at certain points like this. Here you can see a lot of clickiness, so what I'm gonna do is just narrow it down, and I'll use this. And here also I'm hearing some of the click sound, and I'm gonna reduce that. And usually the punchiness of your kick lies in this area, so I'm gonna boost this like this a bit. Here also I'm listening some of the clickiness, so I'm going to reduce. So let's hear it before and after. So there's certainly a difference, right? And now the kick sits behind the 808, so it's really nice. So let's go ahead and insert let's make it 1/3 step. Let's bring it back to 1/2 step again. So the purpose of hi-hat is just to create the bounce, so you use your creativity to spice it up. Now I'm gonna copy this hi-hat pattern to the rest of the beat by clicking Control B. Make sure before using Control B, just make sure your snap to grid or quantization is in cell mode. Let's lower the volume, and in the hi-hat section, let's introduce a fruity wave shaper just to spice up. And just mark everything and hold Control R. And for the hi-hats, let's keep it simple. Let's bring it back to step mode. And I'll mark everything and just copy this to the rest of the beat. And let's not be so repetitive, so it should not be so, it's so repetitive, so I'm going to change it up a bit. Like this. And for the percussion, this is a kind of shaker, and I'm gonna go to piano roll. And for this also, I'm gonna copy this to the other half of the beat. And okay. So this is the beat. So this is simple as that, and you have to equalize the sound a bit for the snares and other sounds. So I'll arrange the beat and I'll get back to you. Sorry, I won't get back to you. I'll show you how to arrange the beat. So I'll always like to start off with the main melody. This is the main melody that I'm using. First, I'll insert everything into the playlist, and the beat structure, you have to use your creativity. That's it. That's the secret. There is no secret for a great beat. But before you guys roast me in the comment section for saying that I'll show you how to structure your beat, and now I'm saying that use your creativity. It's not like that, because even if I tell you how to structure a beat, you have to use your creativity. Just copying the same beat structure is not where's your creativity in that? So, but I'll tell you some of the tips. Like you can always. I like to start off with my main melody. That is this main melody, because build up is a key for a great beat. You have to introduce every sound individually, and you can always introduce your sounds to your beat later on. Like in this beat, I'm gonna introduce hi-hats and snare in the beginning itself. Now what I'm gonna do is just go to the master channel. Let's replace this with EQ, parametric EQ2, and I'm gonna use this preset 20 Hertz to 18 kilohertz cut. And I'm gonna start off with this. And if you see here, this knob is moving. So I'm gonna create an automation clip for that. And I'm gonna increase it, and I'm gonna init song with this position, because whenever it will initialize the song with that position always. I'm gonna copy this value, and let's filtering your sound, opening up the filter is a great way to start a beat, and you can automate the channel volume also if you wish. I like to do that because it creates a tension in the sound, and I'll paste that there, and I'll introduce a sound like this. Now for this section, I'm going to introduce the 808 like this, but not fully. Just to create tension, I'm going to introduce the 808, but I'm going to introduce it then and there. Whenever the snare hits, I'll stop the 808 there itself. So I'll show you how. Now I'll cut this here. I'll go to the draw tool, and here, let's see, I'd like to use this part. And I'm gonna copy this to the rest of the beat. You can always be creative and introduce your own sounds. I haven't. And there's a lot going here, and this is it. This is how you can make a Travis Scott type beat. I'll open up the beat I've made before. And this is the beat, guys. And if you see, this is the first sound that I've used, and I've used a cross beat here, and I've limited the sound, and I've used a limiter. I'll mute. So let's mute this also. I've used a limiter, and in this sound I've had a reverb, and in the Electra X sound, you see I've distorted the sound a bit. I've distorted the sound, and I've equalized the sound, and this is the string voice square, and this is the 808. I've just sidechained the kick to the 808, and I've introduced a sidechain compression like this, and this is the final beat. Yeah guys, this is the beat, and this is simple as that. Yeah, you need not to be so fancy about the sounds. That the beat structure and the sound selection is the key to your dark sound. So this is how you can make a Travis Scott type beat. If you like this tutorial, just leave a like and make sure you have subscribed to the channel so you won't miss any awesome content, and more freebies coming on the way. So hope you like this video. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, it's Jovi signing off. Peace.